Welcome to my world, the world of a medical laboratory scientist. Health is wealth, knowledge is power. The topic is push-ups, gain, CVD and palpitation. When you talk about push-ups, I'm sure you must have heard of the push-up challenge, where you are challenged to do up to 50 push-ups. So you might be wondering, what could this really do as regards health, because it is aimed towards getting a better health for anybody that takes up that challenge. A little research study showed clearly that push-ups are very useful for CVD. When we say CVD, we are talking of cardiovascular disease, heart problems, and CVD is the number one killer disease. When you talk of the number one disease that has the highest mortality rate year in year, it is heart problem, cardiovascular disease. So if we are making effort to see how we can improve our health without talking about the cardiovascular disease, we are not reducing the deaths from such a disease that still remains number one. The heart is a very important organ of the body, because it's more like a servant leader, in the terms that it serves every cell. What makes up the whole body are cells that are aggregated together as tissues or organs. And if the heart serves them the nutrients, it gives them the food, the nutrients and the oxygen to stay alive, then the heart is a very, very important organ of the body. And to make that really sensible to us, you can imagine when the heart starts showing complaint, because the heart beats almost every day, whether you are sleeping or not. Once you stop beating, you are dead. So that organ needs really helping, because if we help the heart, we are helping ourselves to stay longer. So the push-ups, how the research now proves that push-ups are very helpful to the heart, is one of the things I shall be showing. Palpitation is another problem that is associated with heart, or it could just be triggered by things that we like caffeine, or things that we react to. But the palpitation in itself is a problem on its own. So how do you reduce your problem of palpitation? Could the push-ups also help? That is another point of discussion in this slides, the slide section, which I shall expose everything. So as usual, join me in the slide section as we get to know more about the push-ups and its effects on the heart and the palpitation we could experience once in a while. The outline, objective, introduction, research finding, lab diagnosis, and conclusions are all I shall be talking on here. The objective, to create more awareness of the cardiovascular disease and palpitation benefits of push-ups, and how the medical laboratory professionals help in the diagnosis. Introduction. Physical exercise has been recommended for almost all chronic, non-communicable diseases without any specification for a very long time. But this effort of mine is geared towards exposing the role push-ups play in cardiovascular disease and palpitation without financial burden. Cardiovascular disease remains the leading cause of death worldwide. Many studies have suggested that physical activity provides cardiovascular benefit. A 2019 study found a significant link between push-ups capacity and cardiovascular disease risk, with men who could do more than 40 push-ups having a much lower risk of heart problem. So one could understand the push-up challenge of doing 50 push-ups that the health minister or secretary of US Kennedy recommended. This diagram shows clearly the different muscles that is affected by push-up, and if you look clearly, you will see that the
heart muscles, muscles around the left arm is surely affected. And push-ups strengthen the heart by increasing its workload to pump blood to the larger muscles group, which can improve circulation and reduce the risk of cardiovascular diseases. Doing more push-ups is associated with a lower risk of heart problems, and this simple no equipment exercise is a convenient way to boost cardiovascular diseases and overall fitness. My experience though is there was a time very long time ago when I was doing the push-up and my left arm pained me so much. I said I will not do it again. But along the line, after many years after, I started having these palpitations, and just of recent with the 50 push-up challenge, which I partook in, I felt a great relief. The palpitation was going within seconds, not lasting long. Research findings. Retrospective longitudinal cohort study conducted between January 1st, 2000 and December 31st, 2010 in one outpatient clinic in Indiana of male firefighters aged 18 years older. The findings suggest that higher baseline push-ups capacity is associated with a lower incidence of CVD events. Another study found that push-up capacity was inversely associated with 10-year risk of CVD event among men aged 21 to 66 years. There are so many studies that even include other physical exercises, including the cardiorespiratory fitness test, and all these prove that exercise is highly beneficial for the heart. But this effort is geared towards the push-ups, and there are other studies that has really proven that the push-up really helps a lot. Laboratory diagnosis is very important, especially when you want to monitor whether the push-ups is beneficial to you or not, or your baseline level, what your cholesterol and all these other cardiovascular laboratory tests will reflect at the baseline before you even start your push-ups, so that you can know how beneficial it is. Some people may even experience palpitation while doing it, that is push-ups. So that is not remote, but at least you could meet your doctor to know whether your baseline results are not helpful. So the common tests, lipid profile, HDL, cardiac marker test, and for palpitation, thyroid function. Finally, the conclusion. Push-ups build muscles in the chest, shoulders, triceps, and core abdominal muscles simultaneously, as earlier shown. It is one of the oldest forms of exercise performed for thousands of years and was part of soldiers' military training in ancient times by Greeks, India, and even the Roman Emperor Constantine performed push-ups. So you can then understand that it's as old as Methuselah. The benefit of push-ups capacity, however, is legendary, and I recommend it for both the young and old to slow down the death rate from cardiovascular diseases. It is not expensive and not time-consuming, and as usual, I will urge you to watch more videos on this my video channel on YouTube. Subscribe and you will enjoy more.